Hello. So my mom sews a lot and has sort of a big collection of scissors she uses for that. And I have this box here where I put some of them in, quite a few, and just thinking it'd be fun to kind of go through and see what different sounds they made. So yeah, grab one and see what happens. So this is a sort of scissor that's used for cutting thread. I'm not really someone who sews much, but I believe you cut it like this. Like there's a flat part here and there, and that kind of just helps you hold it. No. Cool. So here's another variant on that. This one's larger. It kind of has like a actual grip right here, which I'm guessing you can't really see. It's rough. You can hear it. My hands are small. Put my pinky there and then it'll work. So here's two other sorts that are for threads, but aren't really like that. They're slightly different sizes, but they're kind of similar. Kind of cute little thread cutters. Just wanna compare the sound for you. The slightly smaller one is actually a little bit louder. In fact, it doesn't always make a sound at all, depending. The slightly larger of the two. Like if I have it too far down my fingers, the bottom doesn't even snap together. Which, it seems all the sound from this is from that. I know some scissors have sounds from like the blades rubbing together when you open them, but these don't really because of how they're set up. I think there's a little bit of space between them on the top. Just a tiny bit. I guess there's always a tiny bit of space, but now it just doesn't really make that rubbing sound. Here's some more standard, but still small scissors with really cool handles. And you almost like have gravity let it fall and then just push it back up. guess I'd sort of like to do a cut or two on a post-it note. Sure you know what that sounds like, but I just want to point out that was a very sort of direct, like kind of distinct cut sound. And there's another scissor I'm going to pull out a little later that sounds, at least to me, sort of different when it's cutting. I'll pull that one out right now. So these are sort of crimping scissors that sort of make like a diagonal shape, and I think this is good for like the edges on certain sorts of fabric. I'm not really sure. So first I'll do a few cuts of them in the air. Now I'll show you what I was talking about. If you can't really see, you kind of see the diagonal if I pull it apart, so you can see more clearly what these do. I'll cut all the way across one edge. See? So, I hope you can hear what I was talking about. Like, compare it one more time. Sort of like a ruffling sound. It's much more of like less of a distinct direct cut sound, I think, than the standard scissors, which I think is kind of cool. So here's another one that's kind of interesting. This one's locked shut, and then you have to push down the button and open it. There's a spring. They're kind of heavy duty scissors, but they don't make a lot of sound. Sounds almost like an air pump from a doctor's office. Guess if I ever want to do something with that, I could kind of like fake it off screen. Cool. Next up is just a very solid standard pair of sewing scissors. They're apparently really good for cutting fabric. These ones, like, they're very strong at it, apparently. There's actually some resistance when you lift it. So there's a very sort of distinct sound when it's opening. See? And that's what I was talking about with like the blades rubbing together when you have that opening sound. And so there's also tend to have that sliding sound when they're shutting. That kind of crunching sound. And then a click when the backs hit together. And for some of these scissors you'd see some part of that sound is much more distinct than one of the other parts. I guess I'll do one post-it note cut on this, although her post-it note's already kind of beat up. That was a nice sound. I think, at least. So here's another pair of those crinkly scissors. You see these have like a really big edge with the diagonal parts. A very loud snap sound. use a little pair of scissors. That's probably for like small details and such. Seem like the ones that they give kids in school, sort of, but yep, I'm sure it's useful for sewing the small things. Okay. Another kind of standard pair. That was a very loud opening sound. Ooh, that's cool. It's very like metallic. Sorry if that's too squeaky for you. Don't do too many of these too quickly. Ooh, I didn't do it as badly when I did this. I had to try once. Okay, I'll put it away. And here's another small pair. Has like a nice rubber grip inside. Cool. And then this last one I was saving. This is kind of intense. I don't even know really what this is for, but look at this. On the front it almost looks normal, and then bam. First I'm gonna open it, you know, this way. It's pretty funny. Or pretty cool. Maybe it's for making like even strips of something. Then they're kind of evenly spaced. I'll have to ask Mom what they're for. Now I'll hold it normally. Heavy, as one would expect. This is gonna fall apart if I do this, but... And now I have confetti all over. But that was a cool sound. Thank you guys, I hope you enjoyed, and now I have some confetti to clean up.